Another day, another story. Hi, this is Len Marshall with a newly revised Part 5 of the Declaration of Independence for Independence. Over the last 4 sections I have given you a few facts here and there and a few ideas. Now, it's time to make you mad, by going right into your wallet. We're going to turn it inside out and we're going to dump it into the trash. Gee, just like our legislators. This is about bonding, the borrowing of funds for all sorts of federal, state and local projects. It's a tool used by government and private entities to raise money for projects that generally need multi-year reoccurring funding or is much more commonly used to bridge the funding gaps between high and low yearly revenue receipts of the various government entities. Alright, let me tell you a little bit of how things really work. We all have our wonderful towns, our town committees, our waste disposal commissions, our sewage commissions, our water commissions and all the other stuff that goes on as well. Do you understand how these myriad entities get their money to build something or put up a new structure? First, of course, are the taxes you pay for every day directly out of your pocket. Sales taxes, property taxes, gasoline taxes, road use taxes or tolls, etc. Taxes on your water, sewer, electric and gas, and in New Jersey from where I just escaped, they are trying to tax you when it rains. Even with all the billions collected, you know what? They still don't have enough money to pay for foreseen and necessary projects. So what do? They propose a bond issue, and let me make this perfectly clear. A bond is nothing more than a loan, and a very expensive one at that. It's all governed by very extensive and complicated rules with multiple regulators weighing in on every aspect of a project. This alone, due to regulations and reviews, can lead to unnecessary, expensive and long delays and higher material costs. If you aren't involved in the bond industry, you couldn't know how it works and how it works against your best interests and empties your pocket and leads to constant government deficits and ever-increasing costs and taxes. Since they are already emptying your wallets under the guise of the public good, e.g. it's for the children, for the seniors, for the veterans, etc., you should know what's really going on. At least here in South Carolina, the citizens get to vote on a referendum on what and where to raise and spend. And that's where the whole program goes off the rails, so to speak. In New Jersey, and as I understand it, the regulations in South Carolina are similar. When a bond is written for a project, the cost of the project balloons by an average of 25% due to necessary and unnecessary oversight and reviews, legal fees, commissions and sundry other costs. So, we have already inflated costs by 25% to pay for everything, so the bond total itself is much bigger than the total project initial cost, and you, the taxpayer, are on the hook for it all, now and in the future, for as long as the bond was supposed to run. Here's the real kicker. As in NJ, I understand that in SC there is a very limited and select group of law firms allowed to write and sell bonds. Sort of like the Friends and Family program. Whatever. Okay. They get to produce and control all the bonds in the state. Now, having the expertise and experience to perform these instruments in accordance with the law is very important, and 40 years ago it was a very intensive and time-consuming proposition and may have even been worth the fee charged at the time. In today's computer world, those bond issues and most contracts take no more time than filling out a few blanks with names and numbers and pressing a button. Boilerplate documents rule the legal and business world. While knowing what button to push is very valuable, a guaranteed percentage of the total bid is unconscionable. In New Jersey it's 10% right off the top of the bond itself, and then when the bonds are sold or redeemed, they are paid a commission on top of the initial costs. In addition, many of these same lawyers and law firms are on staff and billing every township and committee in the state. They're on retainer. They get paid by the hour and sometimes by the minute. They charge by the page and by the word for what they write. They bill for themselves, their staff and all their supplies. Busy taking our money. And our representatives keep them very busy. Here's a verified fact. In New Jersey, the 3 largest contributors to political campaigns are the New Jersey State Workers Union, New Jersey Teachers Association and the New Jersey Law Association. That's the answer as to why this continues to happen. And it gets worse. Remember, a bond is just a loan that the issuer promises to pay back with interest. More of your tax dollars. Also remember, The bond is supposed to pay for something that there isn't currently money available at the time but is projected to be available in the future. Remember, I also mentioned that a bond was supposed to act like a bridge between high and low tax revenues. Economic cycles are facts of life, and this is a well-known fact. Feast or famine has been the history of the world forever. Why is this important to this discussion, you might ask? The answer is, the people writing and issuing the bonds are counting on the fact that many of the bonds issued will not be able to be paid back on time or at all. And since governments are prevented from declaring default or bankruptcy, the only answer is to issue another larger bond, which pushes the entity further into debt and again raises your taxes just to cover the debt while improving your life not one bit. And let's not forget, the same people involved with the original bond issue are once again to be paid commissions right off the top of the new bond. The cycle continues to snowball uncontrollably unless the people and their representatives stand up and say no. And you have every reason to do so. It should make you very, very mad that virtually everyone that we depend on in state and local government have memorialized and institutionalized these laws, rules and regulations to benefit themselves while literally robbing the great majority of citizens. Things can change if you want it to. Knowing and electing the right people can make it possible, but only with your support and long-term commitment to stay informed and to speak out when necessary. I moved here from New Jersey to escape that disaster of a state. I had scouted for a new residence for quite a while and decided South Carolina looked like the best place to be. After much further investigation and many road trips, I settled in Berkeley County, because it appears to have everything that I wanted as a senior citizen. I recently attended a meeting of some of our local officials, and I am pleased to announce that they seem to understand the issues in our county and state. More importantly, it appears that they are doing the right fiscal things, getting the finances in order and planning a sound future. May they continue to have success and set a pattern to be followed by other municipalities and entities in South Carolina and throughout our country. Thanks for watching. Now go do something.